A brand new day and not as much. A brand new day and not as much sleep as I'd like, which is why I can barely speak. Like more FaceTime. We gotta do more of this. You know, we gotta do that more. Just because I mean it's the whole point of this, right? I'm trying to market myself, and the thing about the politics and the physics and the whatnot, it's just. That's why you get my point across, right? Um, it's almost 8 o'clock. I got all the things to do today because I should check to make sure and pay my internet bill. Um, but I hope I got paid this morning. It's going to be a problem if I didn't. I'm going to do some multitasking and getting some listening done while I'm walking. So I am actually going to be moving on to Inri 1 as I go. This month's a little different. I've pointed this out a few times because of the groceries are like I'm not eating anything except tomatoes. Well, I gotta get through the pasta first, right? So I gotta pick up a couple of little things like I need one green pepper to finish the pasta. Um, I've got enough. I picked up enough salami yesterday to get through, and etc. Right? Um, yeah. So those sorts of things. But I mean, besides and I need the smoothie stuff, right? So I'm gonna have to take a walk down to at least the close store. Um, I'll check the price of cheese there. I'm gonna go to the store number 1 first. Check the prices. Then go to store number 2. I'm just thinking because it's been warm, my diet. Like I eat less when I'm warm, right? But I want to be eating more as well. So like this is like a couple of times in a row where like I make a pasta meal and like I don't eat it in one day. And in fact, that means probably that I'm eating less, which is not what I want. Um, but I mean, if it stays nice and warm like this in here, I probably will only have one tomato a day. And I might. I, See, this is actually part of the reason why I want the heat in because I know that I get so much more hungry when I'm cold, which is just a natural response, right? Um, I keep pointing out that I'm mostly Mediterranean, and I am mostly Mediterranean, but I have this like I have two parts in me that are like super north, right? I'm part Finnish, um, which means I don't know exactly what that means. I know somebody came from the boat, got off the boat from Finland, right? And in fact, that person was part Finnish and part Norwegian. So I've got that like total north part of me, right? I've got some Irish in me, and when somebody says Irish, that probably means Norse too, right? So that's um, a substantial northern part. Plus, I've got the Cree in me. Cree is like when somebody. The reality is that when somebody says they're Cree, that means they're also probably part Inuit, just because Korea is kind of the boundary point, right, where you had, you know, American Indian and Inuit kind of, there's a mixing there, right? And you can really see it in my aunt, especially. My aunt is totally Inuit looking. Um, if there ever was an Eskimo, it's my aunt. So, on my dad's side, obviously. So, I've got all this like northern in me, right? And then I've got all this southern in me. So, I maybe that's why I'm such a such a mess of contradictions at all times, right? That's why I'm constantly teetering on the brink of collapse. Why I would probably one day just spontaneously combust and cease to exist. Um, I tan. I never burn. I'm always like I tan dark brown in the summer, and in the winter I have very very efficient eating mechanisms. I like practically hibernate in the winter. It's um, it's actually probably a good argument for the benefits of variation over racial purity, right? And if you ask any geneticist, any biologist, any vaguely literate, scientific type, they will all tell you that variation is what we want to. If we're really concerned about racial hygiene, if we really want eugenics, if we really want to, improve the human race through genetic, manipulation, we don't want to be, owning in on a specific type and then getting rid of everybody else. We want to be mixing and matching and doing, crazy, mad science experiments. It's all about variation, right? So we want to take an Eskimo and take a pygmy from South Africa and throw them together, and the result will be better. Take a Tibetan and an Aztec, right? These are the kinds of mixing and matching that we actually really want to do, right? So if you really want that, if you really want to be a eugenicist, if you really want to, maximize the genetic perfection and get to your master race, you don't do it by throwing away the variation, because the variation is the strength. You do it by bringing more variation into the genome and getting it as, Now, you're gonna get fuck ups, and I'm probably a fuck up at the end of the day, right? I mean, that's not. I don't really need to make this case very strongly. I think it's intuitively obvious that I am more or less a genetic fuck up. Anyways, you see, there's good pros and cons in that, right? I can probably beat you in an argument, but you'll get the job anyways. So, yeah, that was scary, wasn't it? Anyways, I gotta go get my pills. I take my pills at 8, and I'm out of them, so they should be waiting for me at the store. If not, I'm gonna be very cross. That wasn't bad. I came right back after the first run because the cheese was on sale there, so I took advantage of it. But the produce was terrible. So I got to do round 2, which is produce, strawberries, green peppers, tomatoes. The bagels were also on sale, so I got all that stuff dealt with, and it is good. But I need some fruit and vegetables. So I take my cart back and then head out to that. I need strawberries, so I may end up doing a full circuit. We'll find out. That's fine. I need to do some listening, so it works out. Excellent price on strawberries, and good price on tomatoes too. So, what the hell is this? Fucking sprinkler. All right, so I just gotta walk around. This was gonna be a low cost month, anyways. But, God, what a waste of water. Stupid. Fucking stupid. This was gonna be a low-cost month anyways, but that made me even better. My hands are full of tomatoes, so I gotta put this away. FaceTime. So yeah, that was a successful run. I'm gonna need to go in the middle of the month. I'm gonna need to go in the next couple of days. The one thing I couldn't find was soy milk. I guess I'll have to go, try Monday or something. But actually Monday is... Well, I'm gonna need to do a compost run in the next couple of days, so probably on the way back from the compost run is what makes the most sense, right? But besides the soy milk, I'm probably good until mid-month. I'll need to go get some more bagels and some more tomatoes. Probably, depending on how much mayo I have. And I got through... Well, with the soy milk, I'm probably actually only at around $100, which for first day of the month is actually pretty low. And considering that I'm not going to get my $60 this month, I might get it next month. And next month is, like I say, I don't think I'm going to any shows next month. So it makes sense to kind of just coast for this month and then catch up next month, right? That's what I'm thinking. So stuff like I'm down to my... I always keep a backup of things. Like I'll keep a backup of dish soap, right? But I'll wait until August. I know this is very exciting, isn't it? I'll be getting... We'll talk about the listening in a few minutes. I'm gonna finish my meal from yesterday, put my shit away, watch a vlog, and then we'll talk about that one then. So it's about 7:30. Yeah. Okay, man. I had my meal from yesterday. Finished watching the vlog. Well, I watched part of the vlog from 2 days ago, and then I crashed. And then I woke up and I did things like clean my strawberries, and I watched the rest of the vlog. And then I went about the business of doing the thing that I do at this time of year. Same thing I do around Christmas. I tend to do it around Canada Day as well. Not really due to any love for the holiday, and more due to it's the weather. You know, it's a nice way to spend the summer. Unfortunately, I can't find what I'm looking for, which is hopefully not going to be a problem this time next year. So, I spent a couple hours doing that, and see, there's a bar downtown called Higher Limits, and I kind of want to just go to hang out there, and kind of hope that what I'm looking for walks through the door. Legalities aside, I think everybody should expect. But I mean, I don't. This is what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is that it's the perfect place to set someone up, right? So, you know, they have a vaping lounge. It's a vaping lounge. It's for medical marijuana users. Okay, but everybody knows better, right? So, if I go hang out there, like it seems like the best place to find a cop, you know. But it's really my only chance. It's my only serious chance at this point, right? So, the day itself is kind of like not that important, right? I don't really care about the day. It's June 30th. Tomorrow is July 1st. It's Canada Day. It's the Canadian Independence Day, which I don't really care about, right? So, what I would normally do at this time of the year is, you know, get my bi-yearly stash and get into it, right? And I'm talking openly about this because, like, by the time anybody prosecutes me, it'll be legal. So, you know, it's just like otherwise I don't care about Canada Day. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna do anything on Canada Day because I don't give a fuck, right? So it's just kind of like you know, I think that what I've decided is I'm gonna wait a few days. Hopefully my options improve. I think that my normal path has gone away for the weekend, which is annoying because I was trying to organize it last week, and it didn't work out. So I guess I'll try again next week. And what am I gonna do on this weekend? I'm gonna stay in and listen to music. I'm gonna change my battery. Back in a sec. So yeah, I mean, Canada Day, probably much like Independence Day in the States, Canada Day is associated with people going down to the bars downtown and getting drunk and acting like idiots. Not only do I not want to take part in that, I want to avoid it as much as I can. I'm not. You may have noticed that I have never gone to a bar for the fun of it. I don't go to bars to meet people. I don't go to bars to drink and just have fun. I don't go hang out with friends. These things are of. I mean, on the one hand, it's true that I don't have any friends. On the other hand, if I did, maybe I could put it this way. Part of the reason that I don't have any friends is because I don't like to go out on these sorts of days, right? What do I want to do on Canada Day? I want to sit in a basement and play guitar, you know. That would be my ideal Canada Day, is to sit in my basement, smoke a little bit, with a couple of friends and jam, right? What's the last thing that I want to do? The last thing I want to do is go to a bar with crappy music and idiots screaming and people painting their face and lights in the sky. Like that's not a thing I enjoy. So it seems as though my ideal is blocked, and what's my backup? What do I default to? Is just hanging out and listening to music, same as any other day. If you were living with me, you might hear me mutter something under my breath about fucking fireworks, going off again when they shut the fuck up, kind of thing, right? I don't have I don't believe in countries. I don't believe in nationalism. I like to abolish all states. So, the idea of Canada Day doesn't. Not only does it not excite me, it's like more like I don't want to celebrate it. It's more like my politics are that I would consciously choose to not celebrate it, right? Because I don't celebrate these. Like I don't believe in countries. I might argue that a global state should seem a little like Canada. Canada is a decent model to export to the rest of the world. Not the perfect one, but a relatively good one. But that doesn't mean I have any, attachment to a flag or, borders or languages or any of these sorts of things, right? Because I don't. And I'm not going to pretend that I do, right? And that's not unusual. It's probably not unusual in the States either. What are these days? These are days. They're excuses to get drunk, right? But I mean, I'm not. First of all, I don't feel I need an excuse to get drunk. If I want to get drunk, I'll get drunk. And second of all, I don't really drink much. If I'm going to a concert, I'll pick up a couple of beers, or if I'm going to a bring your own beer type show, I'll bring a couple with me. But it's something to do while I'm watching the show, right? And it's a part of the show experience. To just go to a bar and get drunk, or to just sit in my room and get drunk, that doesn't excite me. And so you can ask, like, what would it be like if I was to go to a bar tonight? What would I be like? I'd be like sitting in a corner by myself, like hoping no one talks to me. Like it's not who I am, right? And it's not my thing. And if I was out with friends at a bar, I'd still be sitting in the corner, like watching other people talk, kind of thing. That's been my experience with like bar nights out with friends. It's like I'm a fly on the wall. I'm just sitting there, because it's not my element. I would rather be in a quieter space, maybe one-on-one with someone or a small group of people, because I'm an introvert, and that's what introverts are like. Introverts like spaces with smaller groups of people. It's not like we don't like to talk. Obviously, we do like to talk, but we don't like to talk in big groups. We like to talk in smaller groups, right? And connect more intimately with people on a kind of like a one-to-one basis, right? So, like, for example, if I was dating, and I'm not dating, and I'm not going to be dating anytime ever, I would prefer to stay home with my partner on a day like this than go out, right? Which means I would need to have a partner that would prefer that as well, right? Such as introversion, right? Doesn't mean I don't like to have fun. Doesn't mean I don't like to get high. It just means I don't like people. I don't like the loud music. I don't like especially because it's bad music, right? If the music was better, I wouldn't mind it. But like anywhere I go, it's gonna be bad music, right? So all of these things culminating, it's like I can't find what I want. Does that mean I'll just go? No, it means I'll stay home, right? So it's the staying home part is non-negotiable. It's the what I do when I'm at home part that's negotiable, right? So that's that. Like I say, I'm still holding out that maybe sometime midway through July I'll find what I want. But I bought a couple of packs of cigarettes. That was not thinking clearly. I should have waited until I got what I wanted. It's just I wanted to get some extra cash because I boosted my amount that I wanted because I got paid, right? And in order to get money out of the machine, I had to buy something, so I bought a couple packs of cigarettes. but I've ripped them up, so they're I can't smoke the tobacco. Like it's like loose tobacco, right? And I did that on purpose. I didn't want to smoke them. I wanted to use them, right? So, um, yeah. Uh, I am not doing anything this weekend. I didn't want to do anything this weekend, and I guess instead of reflecting and for me it's like a reboot process, right? It's like twice a year, and it's like it's like a cleanse. It's like a head clean, right? It's like I wipe out the last 6 months, and then I get ready for the next 6 months. I can put that off, but like it just means like the stress will sit for that much longer. Nothing's really gonna there's no real difference, right? Um, instead of clearing my head for the next couple of days, I'll just be sitting and listening to music and then waiting for however long it takes before I get to clear my head, kind of thing. So, um, wasted afternoon, but I do wish it had worked out. Oh well.